Hello everybody, it's Amy Grasso, your Pampered Chef consultant for this party. I'm hopping on to do a quick video relating to our new release this fall. It's our Flex Plus, and it is so many things. It is a food processor, it is an immersion blender, and it is a hand mixer. It is battery operated, so you do not have a cord, meaning you can walk around your kitchen. If you are like me, and maybe everybody is not, I use my island to food prep, I use my countertops to food prep, sometimes I use my kitchen table to food prep because I sometimes have stuff going on all over the place. And my kitchen table is not close enough to an outlet for me to actually plug in my hand mixer or my standing mixer, so it gets a little tricky trying to coordinate where I'm doing what. I was so excited to see this for that reason, because now I just have to walk wherever I want with my battery operated item. So I'm going to make some dressing with you today. I couldn't think of anything I could make as a food demo that would use all three items, but I will quickly show you how they work. Okay, so as I said, there is a battery, all right? You've got your battery here. You've got your, what I'm calling the base, the handle here. These go with you onto each thing. You've got a food processor. Now we have a manual food processor that you pump on your own, but this is a very fast, very powerful food processor. And what you're gonna do with each item is you're going to stick it in, and then there's a little safeguard back here that you have to push first to make sure that you can operate it. And then, okay, so I've got my food processor. The food processor has this blade at the bottom, but it also comes with two different types of cuts for blades that go onto the top. So you can make all kinds of things with it. Now on that note, so that is the food processor. I'm going to sit it aside to make room for other things. On that note, every small appliance that Pampered Chef sells comes with a cooking guide, and you should always, always, always take time to look through this and the recipes that it includes. This goes through every single component of the product. We're calling this the power handle, actually. And it tells you about the different blades that you will use with your food processor. Even goes down to breaking down which things you need to use for which purpose. Okay, so it's very helpful. If you invest in this product, definitely take some time to familiarize with it, first through the book and then just playing around with it. And this is what this is the immersion blender. This is what we're going to be making today. I have made it before. It is, oh my goodness, it's so delicious. This is the blueberry balsamic vinaigrette, but we're not there yet. So I've got my, what are we calling this thing again? My power handle. And I've shown you the food processor. Now this is for the hand mixer, okay? And you plug it in there. My daughter actually made cakes the other night and she had no problem using it herself, so that is a plus. You've got these, which are going to be great for things like whipped cream, where you really need to whip, and then you've got your regular mixers, which are going to be for batter and things like that. Again, we're going to push the bottom here, and this one is a little tricky because you got to make sure to push that in. Okay, so I didn't stick in the handles, but you've got 3 settings. That you can use. So that is awesome. And also, okay, so I'm going to take this off. That's the hand mixer. We're not going to be using that today either. We're going to be using the immersion blender. So storage of this, as you can imagine, it's amazing because you have one thing that you can use for 3 different products. But if you have a food processor, a hand mixer, and an immersion blender, they're not going to all fit inside of each other. So I've seen many consultants who have purchased just a little plastic bin to keep everything in. Some of the stuff does fit inside of the other things. Like I think the hand mixers fit in here, and you can, you know, do that. But it is something that you need to be prepared to have a little bit of room to store it. So this is the immersion blender, and I'm going to stick that on here. Now, you'll see there are 5, it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the speeds of it, okay? Very easy. It's just plus and minus. It's very easy to use. All right, immersion blender. So one of the things I'm most excited about with this is you can make your own mayonnaise. And if you've seen any of my other demos, I love my Pampered Chef Deluxe cooking blender because I make my own peanut butter and my own jam and my own many other things. I've made almond milk in there, cheese sauce, like all types of things that you would maybe think you could only buy at the store. So I can even make my own mayonnaise now, and we can just like stop going grocery shopping altogether. All right, so today we're going to be making the blueberry balsamic vinaigrette. So your ingredients for this are blueberries. I've got blueberries in my silicone prep bowls. Everybody knows they're my favorite. Okay, and then we need some balsamic vinegar. Got it. Water in the faucet. Honey Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard. I've got my honey out. Honey, where'd you go? There's my honey. And we need some salt and my extra virgin olive oil. Okay, so that's what's going to go into this. So step one, we're gonna put all the ingredients except for the oil into this. This is our blending container. Doesn't look like I did a great job cleaning it. I'm willing to bet that maybe someone other than myself, my husband, cleaned this last time because it looked a little kind of sticky. There we go, all good. My works cloth. And we're gonna blend it on low until smooth for about a minute. So let's start with that. My fresh blueberries, and it's just a half of a cup. So I'm gonna measure those out. I don't wanna overdo it. This does have measurement lines, and actually I'm right at about half a cup. So maybe I'll just wing it. I'm a tiny bit over, but it'll just be a little extra. Here, let me just take 1 or 2 out. There we go. Half a cup of blueberries, and then we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. These are our measure-all cups. If you don't have one, get one. You measure the liquids this way. You measure the powders and peanut butter and other semi-solids this way, and you can pop them out. Funny story about that, I was doing that with whipped cream one day. I was showing everybody how you can put your whipped cream in here and just pop it out, and I popped it and it didn't go in my bowl. Instead it went all over my feet. So just when you're using this, don't put your ingredients on your feet. All right, so we're doing a 1/4 cup of the vinegar. And if you're like me, I don't care how many times I make something, I'm gonna follow the directions. I think the only recipe that I have fully memorized from Pampered Chef is well, I make a lot of things that don't have recipes that I kind of in it, but the pancakes, I make them so frequently that I do have that one memorized. Okay, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of water. Let me go get some. My adjustable measuring spoon, tablespoon. And we will add my tablespoon of water. Okay, and then I think next is the honey. Yes, tablespoon of honey. Now somebody told me this trick, you guys might already know about it, but honey sticks to things. So what I always do is spray a little oil inside of my tablespoon, and that makes the honey slide right out. I think my sister taught me that trick. Can't believe I didn't think of it myself. Okay, so as you can see, I am almost out of honey, but I think we have enough for 1 tablespoon. Yes, we do. Honey makes everything better. Okay, so there's my honey, and I'm going to, look at it slide right out, not sticking to it at all. That's the benefit of oiling your spoons first. Cool trick. 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. So I've got my teaspoon, adjustable measuring spoon, and I've got my grape pain. Oh my, that kind of attacked me. Okay, we're just gonna kind of wing that here because I already got some in there. We'll just, okay. I was anxious to get out. And then we've got a little salt. Let me get my salt. I don't usually measure my salt. I usually just use my grinder. These are, so that's some salt. These are awesome. As you can see, I'm running low. I need to refill my salt rocks. But while I'm at it, you fill them from the top, right? So no more making that disastrous mess that you make when you have to fill them from the bottom. You can adjust the size of the grains that come out. And they are stainless steel, and you got your little caddy, and they're beautiful to sit on the table. So love them. All right, and we have added everything but the extra virgin olive oil. So, and we're going to blend it on low for about a minute. We have to press our safety, and then we can go, oh, and I'm not on low, so let me go down to low, okay? Just gonna blend and blend and blend. I'm gonna try to get all of the blueberries like fully mixed so we don't have blueberry skin in our salad dressing. Still at low. Give it another 30 seconds. It already smells really good. I'm just thrilled to have this. So I think that's been about a minute. Got some little pieces up there that So, we do have a little bit of blueberry skin sticking out there, but that's okay. Gives character. Okay, I'm gonna sit this right here. And then the last thing we do is add our 3/4 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Do that now. It's a new one. I like to buy it at Costco because it's so much less expensive, but I had to buy it at the grocery store the other day because I was out and we cannot be out of EVOO. 3/4 of a cup, right? Yep. So just imagine yourself on Thanksgiving, you're making mashed potatoes over here, you've got your hand mixer and you're doing the mashed potatoes and you're like, oh, I gotta go make my salad dressing. Then you come over here and all you have to do is take your power handle over to, this station and you can do your immersion blending, or maybe you're making some sauce on the stove. I love that I can walk all over the place with this thing and don't have to worry about being connected. Now, I forgot to mention, it comes with 2 batteries. So you're gonna get a half an hour battery life out of one of these. But you're not using it for a half an hour straight, right? You're blending for 1 minute like I did. So we've got 29 minutes left, but you also have a backup at all times that does need to be plugged in. But if you run out of juice, switch them up, go on doing your thing, run out of juice again, switch them up. I don't think you're ever going to end up having to switch them up twice, but it is great that we have that option. Okay, so we're gonna add the oil and we're gonna blend on low and increase it to medium while slowly pulling the blender to the top until all the oil is incorporated for about 1 minute, and then we can refrigerate it for up to a week. And I don't think this is going to last that long, but I am going to put it in my salad dispenser. Let's get this guy out of the way. We don't need you anymore. Oh, by the way, with our oil spritzer, always burp the baby. Always let the air pressure out. Otherwise, you're gonna get this weird bubble on the bottom and it won't sit correctly. Okay, so we're going to push our little safety there. I'm on low so I can get started. And I'm going to gradually increase to medium, right? So I'm on level 2, I'll go up to 3. You want to get the oil really incorporated in here so that it doesn't separate on us too much. And this is so good. Even my husband, who isn't like a fan of vinaigrettes, loves this dressing. And this is just one of many that you can make. I mean, you probably could replace, I'm going to go up to the next level. Now I'm on 3. You probably could replace the blueberries with strawberries or raspberries or blackberries and make all different types of fruit. I just really love this blueberry dressing. Once I finish with the dressing, I'm going to make a quick little salad for you. That is delicious. Okay, so I think we're done there. Now, some of the pieces of your Flex Plus are dishwasher safe. None of these are, obviously. It's like the electrical parts of it. But you'll be surprised how much is. I'm gonna set this over here. Okay, and I'm actually going to store this in my, whatchamacallit here. Okay. And of course, before I go on to making our salad, I'm going to taste it and you're going to see my reaction when it's so delicious. Oh my God, that's so good. Ah, so good. All right, so moving onward, that is our Flex Plus. Now, this is $329. Obviously, it's a huge thing. It covers 3 separate appliances. You know, you can always host a party and get any of our items at 50% off once your sales hit 200. And also from time to time, they have the host special as 60% off item. So you definitely can consider doing that if you'd like to get this at a great deal. I'm going to move my battery and power, whatever, out of the way. Awesome thing to keep. Don't lose that. And if you do, you can always replace it. Let me wipe up my little mess here. Now, one thing with the salad that I'm making that would be delicious on top is some chicken with maybe our Greek seasoning, or the basil herb seasoning, but I'm not doing that today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop my lettuce. So we have this tool called the salad chopper. Obviously, it's going to chop salads, and you can toss your lettuce, onion, red pepper, whatever it may be, in and just chop it all away and get a nice chopped salad. But what I and most people use these for all of the time are chopping chicken. So chicken salad, buffalo chicken dip, any of those things where, be honest, you don't like the canned stuff because it doesn't taste so great. You cook your chicken breast and it's a pain in the butt to try and chop it. So, I mean, usually I have my chopper. I would put tiny parts of it in there and chop, and that gets frustrating. So this is your solution. I promise you're going to use it for that, and it is amazing for that purpose. So I will give you an idea of how that works. And honestly, the buffalo chicken dip, I make that in my Rock Crock everyday pan. I cook the chicken breast in there. I leave the chicken breast in. I chop the chicken breast in there. I cook them in the microwave, by the way, because the Rock Crock goes in the microwave. Chop the chicken breast in the Rock Crock everyday pan, and then I add all the ingredients, cook it in the microwave, finish it, serve it, because it's a beautiful dish. I take it to my cookout or whatever in the same pan. You are dirtying up one pan and your salad choppers. Okay, so let's put all this lettuce in here, and then we just start chopping away. And mine has been doing this, getting closed lately, so I'm going to chop backwards. Okay, so I'm going to do, so you can see what I'm doing here, reaching in. I'm not worried about scratching up my wooden bowl because the blades are hitting against this and that's hitting against the bowl. And you chop until your salad is how you want it. And I think I've got it where I want it now. But long gone are the days of using a knife to chop your lettuce and not getting it exactly how you want. Especially, I do love a good, serious chopped salad. All right, so this is maybe a little too chopped for this salad, but that's okay. All right, so we've got chopped lettuce here. And you don't have to go as crazy as I just did. I went a little crazy because I wanted to show you what I was doing. Take these out of the way. And then feta makes it better. Okay, I like getting the feta that's a chunk, and I can do thin slices of it. I don't know why, that's just how I like it. You can buy the crumpled feta if you want. Okay, pull this off. Store it in a baggie. This is actually my pretzel making cutting mat, but it works for just like the other cutting mats. So I'm gonna do thin slices of this. And the thing about the Sentoku knife is that like you don't end up with everything sticking behind like you do with other things. It just kind of falls off because you've got these air pockets here that help you to not have it stuck on there. You know how that happens when you're cutting cheese and it's stuck and you can't even get it off with your fingers? So I'm not gonna put too much, but that should be good. I don't know, I kind of like leaving it long, but I'll chop it in half. Okay, so I just look at my fingers and wash them off. That is some good feta. All right, and what else am I going to add to this? All I'm going to add is, I have these dried cherries. You could use craisins as well. I just think cherries would be really good in this. And I'm gonna sprinkle some of those. These are our 1 cup prep bowls. They come in a pack of 6. I have 12 because after using the 6, and my husband was like, we need more of these because we use them. First of all, the kids only get ice cream in these now because they're small. I have pecans. I would normally make this salad with walnuts, but I realized I only had pecans, so that's what we're using, and I think it'll still be pretty good. So yes, the 1 cup prep bowls. And it's funny, I had on a Pampered Chef t-shirt when I went in for a medical appointment, and the nurse was like, do you sell Pampered Chef? And I was like, I sure do. And she said, those little glass bowls, I love those things. And I was like, yes, the 1 cup prep bowls. She said, I need some more lids. So I got her some lids, but I mean, you would be surprised. It seems so simple, it's just a bowl, but they're like everything. And they also go in the quick cooker with silicone lids to make like your individualized desserts in them. Okay, so I'm gonna put that up and try to make it look kind of pretty with my feta. Okay, and then I've got my salad with my feta, pecans, dried cherries, and my blueberry vinaigrette. And it is going to be delicious. So I'm just going to drizzle this over top. Now, thicker dressings are not going to work as well in this. I am blanking on the name of this thing, but this works fine. So, ta-da! All right, and I'm gonna go have myself a salad for lunch, and it's going to be super delicious. And I hope that you got some good information from this. I hope you invest in the Flex Plus because it's awesome. And also, please let me know if you have questions along the way. And have a great day. That's all. Bye.